So I wanted to get your thoughts on is why you decided to enter the transfer portal and the recruiting process as quick as it was, how you ended up getting in contact with FSU, how quickly that all happened, and why did you pick FSU?
I decided to enter the portal just because, got 1 year eligibility left. I wanted to fulfill that, as far as just using, everything I feel like everything I feel that can help me prepare myself to get to the next level. I felt like here there was a good fit. Got a chance to talk to the coaches once I entered the portal. Got word that they were interested in me, and kind of just kicked off from there.
All right, next will be Matt Marshall from the Orlando Sentinel.
Hey, Bam, I know you and KZ were pretty tight when you guys were going through your rehab the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the relationship with him and kind of that process with kind of working to get back on the football field and how maybe gratifying it is for you guys to be back together as teammates at Florida State?
Man, it's honestly crazy. A lot of people don't even know, but KZ, he was my first roommate at UCF, so like we had already been cool when we were like 18 years old, and we're 23 now, you know what I mean? Man, it's just like we got hurt together, kind of similar injuries, a little different, but a knee is a knee, you know what I mean? And we rehabbed together for 2 years every day, like in the training room. Like we literally looked at each other every day for 2 years, you know what I mean? Once we both got hurt, and like I could literally call him for anything, you know what I mean? He'd give me his last. I would do the same if I had it. Just grateful to know somebody like him. Just a special relationship, man, and it's crazy that we get to spend our last year together, man. I'm excited.
All right, next will be Ira Schofel from Warcamp.
Man, you guys had such an amazing run at UCF, and we've all gone back and watched the video of you with your pick six against LSU and all that. Does that feel like a long time ago, or does that feel like just yesterday?
That feels so long, man. A lot of people talk about those runs, and people can't take nothing from those runs. Those are great teams that we played on, and it definitely feels like so long ago, considering I ain't played ball in a year, man. But it's still fresh in my memory, but it does feel like a long time ago.
Next will be Kurt Weiler from the Tallahassee Democrat.
You talked about your relationship with Mackenzie. I guess how much was he immediately when you kind of said you were going in the portal? Was he immediately kind of pushing you towards FSU? Was it something that kind of happened naturally?
It was kind of natural too, but at the same time, like it was he was here, so I knew I wasn't coming up here by myself. You know what I mean? Like I knew I didn't want to go far from home, and KZ was here, and he was calling me like once I entered the portal, like, bro, it's such a good fit, man. You're gonna love everything here about it, bro. Like I feel like you'll enjoy it, man. Coaches are cool, bro. You'll fit right in with the team, and I feel like that's what kind of won me over also. So yeah, he did play a factor.
All right, we'll go back to Brendan from Knowles 247.
How is the knee feeling these days? And do you think you'll be ready, full to go, or be able to go full go for spring practice?
Yeah, I'll be ready to go, man. I was cleared during the season, but just me just feeling how I felt, knowing like I got an extra year, man. I decided to shut it down myself. But as far as just here, man, I'm 100% ready to go. I'll be ready. I'll be fine.
All right, we'll go back to Matt from the Orlando Sentinel.
Brandon, just getting on campus this time around, you feel like a freshman again, kind of being on the campus for the first time and kind of learning everything again from a new program?
Yeah, I honestly can't say that. Like, I do hate to admit it, but yeah, I do feel like a freshman again, just because I don't know anyone, and, I'm just learning everybody's name. I don't really know where everything is, and, like, I wouldn't say I'm lost. It's just like I'm just not very familiar with everything that's going on, but everything is definitely a good vibe, you know what I mean? So I do feel comfortable at the same time, even though it's still new to me.
Next will be Perry from Tomahawk Nation.
I mean, in that same vein, you've been in the Orlando area pretty much your whole life. How weird is it being in Tallahassee? Because it barely even feels like Florida up there.
Yeah, hey, for real, I said that. Like, this is like, even though this is Florida, it doesn't feel like Florida. You know, it's a different town. It's a different vibe. You know what I mean? Like, I really can't explain it. It just doesn't feel like where I'm from, like Sanford. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't feel like how it was, you know, back at UCF. But you know, all in all, I still enjoy it. You know, man, and it's, you know, it is what it is.
All right, we'll go back to Ira from Warcamp.
We spoke to Mackenzie, I guess a week or two ago, and he said very strong praise for you about what you're going to bring to the team, what you're going to bring to the DB room. What makes Mackenzie special, and like, what do you think he's going to bring to Florida State?
Man, I just like he's just gonna bring that winning mentality. Like that's just one person I know. Like, you don't have to tell him to get ready. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to tell him like, all right, this is a big game. Like, come on, 10. Like let's go. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just in him. Like, I can honestly say, like, being around him and just rehabbing with him, and then just watching him on the sidelines. You know, 2017, man, and 2018 before he went down. Like, it's literally in him. Like, we never felt like the game was over. We knew we could win every game. You know what I mean? Like, just because it was in him. No matter who they had on deep, no matter who the other team had on defense, we knew we had Mackenzie. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, his play speaks for itself, man, and he's just a warrior, man. He's coming back from an injury, man, and I feel like that's just motivating him more, man. And I don't know, he's just gonna bring that edge to the team, you know, that winning mentality, you know, and I feel like everybody's gonna buy in when they see him work.
Next will be Chris Nee from Knowles 247.
Hey, Brandon, how would you describe your game, what you bring to the secondary, and how you think you fit into what Coach Woodson and Coach Fuller want to do here?
I describe my game as, you know, like, I feel like I can really cover well. You know, I'm going to come up and tackle, you know what I mean? If they need me to take away the number one guy, I mean, I feel like I can do that. You know, I like myself, you know, in a lot of areas. You know, I feel like I play the cornerback position really well. You know, I feel like Coach Woodson, Coach Fuller got a good plan here. I'm ready just to attack that and buy in, and you know, rally around the guys that's already in here, and just try to make that room one of the best rooms in the country.
We'll go back to Matt from the Orlando Sentinel.
Brandon, no one wants to be out, obviously missing time, but was there the opportunity when you were rehabbing to watch the game? Did you learn something, maybe being on the sidelines a little bit more, that maybe helped you or help you as you take this next step at Florida State?
I don't know. It's like, I feel like I learned more, like, you know, as far as like what offenses want to do. You know what I mean? Like, where they want to see if you're in zone, see if you're in man. Like, just try to do, like, you know, little stuff to see what the defense is giving. You know, so definitely being out, I definitely learned more. You know what I mean? But it's nothing like actually being out there either. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it has its pros and cons. So.
All right, we'll go back to Brendan from Knowles 247.
You mentioned the rehab process directly with Mackenzie, and you guys spending almost 2 years together doing that. Did you learn anything about Mackenzie during that time that you didn't already know before? I know you guys were close before, but did you learn anything new about him during that time?
Man, really, I just learned, like, he really a warrior. You know what I mean? Like he's like him and Gabe, and you know, Gabe's not. We're not talking about Gabe, but those like only two guys. But you know, just learning, like Mackenzie, his like I said, his injury was worse than mine. But like days, like I didn't want to like go through the rehab. He's pushing me. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking at him on the other training table, you know, getting his legs stretched and you know in pain, and it's just like dang, if he's going through it, like I know I can get through it too, you know what I mean? Like, and like he just came every day, you know, saying like, 20, we're gonna get through this, bro. Like we're gonna play again, everything's gonna be fine, bro. Like it's just a small step in the road, man. And he's just motivating me, man. And I tell him every day, like, thank you, bro. Like you don't even know how many days like I didn't want to do it, and you helped me. You know what I mean? It's just like seeing him run around when everybody said, you know, he couldn't do it, and you know, there's reports that he might could lose his leg. Man, it's just crazy. Like some days in rehab, I used to just like look like when I'm supposed to be doing my reps, I'm just looking at him like he's really doing it. He's really back. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, man. He's an inspiration.
We'll go back to Kurt from Top
obviously you had a relationship with Mackenzie coming in. I know you came in with a couple of transfers, a couple of those other guys, DBs as well. I guess who have you started really creating bonds with in your couple weeks here?
Probably Kier Thomas, transfer from South Carolina. I kind of had already knew him like through another friend, you know what I mean? But up here, I think we're really cool, you know what I mean? And he's really a good guy, you know. He plays football really good, man. I feel like him, but I talk to the other guys too. I'm really cool with the other guys. I'm trying to really form bonds with those guys also because that's what winning. That's what it takes to win. You got to be bonded with everybody. You can't be spaced out. So I would say Kier Thomas, I'm probably the closest with out of everybody, but everybody else I'm talking to, we got a good bond also. It's just being around them.
All right, we'll go back to Aslan from Warchant.
Brandon, have you been able to go through tour of duty? If not, if so, can you at least kind of maybe share your first impressions of the coaching staff and just the way they try to run the program?
Yeah, I was actually able to go through it, and it was literally my first workout here, and it wasn't easy. I can tell you that. It wasn't easy, but I fought through it. And, one thing I can say about the coaches is, man, they're high energy. They bring the energy every day. They bring the juice, you know what I mean? They expect the best out of you every day, like no matter what the drill or workout is, you know what I mean? Like it could be something so small, they want you to like do it at 100%, so I can honestly say like they're gonna push you, man. The energy is there, definitely, you know what I mean? And that's what I take the most from it.
All right, we'll go back to Ira from Warchant.
Back at your old school, I'm sure even last year when you weren't playing, being a veteran, being a guy who had done it, like the younger guys probably looked to you for advice, and you probably shared advice. How do you approach that, being a new guy at this program, but also probably having a lot of advice and wisdom that you'd like to share with the younger guys?
Just tell them like I was once in their shoes. I was like my first year at UCF. I redshirted, and that's the year we went 6-6. And then the next year we turned around and didn't lose a game. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's like really just once we start bonding on like more on the field. Tell the guys like, man, just everything can change in a year. You know what I mean? Like I didn't play the first year, and then the next year I'm on a team we didn't lose. You know what I mean? Playing meaningful snaps. You get what I'm saying? So it's just all about just everybody buying in, you know what I mean? I'm not going to try to be nobody's dad or anything like that, I'm just tell the guys, like, let's work, you know what I mean? Like, I know what it takes to win, you know what I mean? Like, everybody in this conference put on their pass the same way, like, it's about who wants it more, you know what I mean? You got to play with that pride and that chip on your shoulder, And, guys like Shaquem Griffin from that 2017 UCF team, those guys instilled that into us, man, and, I feel like I could bring that here.
We'll go back to Aslan from Warchant.
I guess you kind of answered the question there a little bit, but how do you kind of find the balance or walk that line? You mentioned, this is your last year to play football. You and Mackenzie came from winning programs. Jermaine Johnson came from Georgia, a winning program. How do you kind of find the balance to maybe correct some guys but want to fit in and not come off like a dad? Is that something you just have to kind of find out as it goes, or do you think that the culture that you and Mackenzie and Jermaine were around is something that will just naturally kind of rub off on the other guys?
Yeah, I feel like they're going to have to see us work, like, so it's just not all talk at the same time. But at the same time, man, it's just going to be telling those guys, like, like I said, we were once in their shoes. It was guys like back at UCF, some guys didn't buy in at the time. And then, guys like I say, guys like Shaquem and the rest of those guys, like, told him like if you're not gonna buy in, bro, like leave. You know what I mean? Like we're not going down this road again, especially when we got the talent. You know what I mean? And the talent is here also. You know what I mean? Like these guys can play, man. So it's all, like I said, it's all about just believing you could win the game. You know what I mean? Like everybody got to put their pants on the same way. It's about how you prepare. You know what I mean? And just coming out, believing and trusting the game plan that Coach Norvell and Coach Fuller and everyone puts together, man. And I feel like once we do that, we'll start winning a lot of games around here.